Begins with a rendezvous between Albus Dumbledore and Gellert Grindelwald. Gellert notices Albus vile and states his determination to lead wizards in a war with humans, or muggles. Albus seems unable to stop him. Meanwhile, in China, the magizoologist Newt Scamander arrives in a forest and helps a Qilin, a rare deer-like magical creature, to give birth. After the baby is born, he is suddenly attacked by 3 of Gellert's minions, led by Credence, who are after the newborn. They successfully capture it, leaving the injured Newt alone, and even attack the mother Qilin. Unbeknownst to them, the mother manages to give birth to another Qilin before she dies. Newt takes the surviving baby and leaves the forest with the help of one of his magical beasts from his suitcase. Credence presents the captured Qilin to Gellert. Gellert explains to him that when a Qilin is born, a righteous leader will be elected. After Credence is dismissed, Gellert slices the Qilin's throat, effectively killing it. Its pool of blood shows some visions of the future because the creature has the ability of precognition. Gellert does not know that Queenie has been observing him. Meanwhile, Albus enlists the help of Newt and his brother Theseus. He shows them his blood pact, made from his and Gellert's blood, making them unable to battle each other or the vial will strangle its betrayer. Thus, he needs help from others to defeat Gellert and prevent the war between wizards and muggles. Back in Gellert's compound, Queenie, who can read minds, observes Credence. She tells him that he is actually a member of the Dumbledore and is asked by Grindelwald to kill Albus, his own family, because they are both abandoned by him. Credence is disturbed by that fact and demands her to go. However, after she leaves, she apologizes through a message she conjures in the mirror. Jacob, a muggle who is also Queenie's lover, hallucinates seeing her in his bakery. Lolly Hicks, a teacher of the American School of Wizardry, lures him outside by pretending to be harassed by men. After getting Jacob's attention, she asks him to help the wizards. Initially hesitant, Jacob finally agrees and they teleport to a moving train car where all other members have gathered. Newt introduces Jacob to Theseus, his brother and head of the British Auror Office, Bunty, Newt's indispensable assistant, and Kama, a descendant of an old wizarding family. Newt explains that Gellert now masters the ability of precognition, so they have to confuse him by having no plans at all so he could not anticipate what will come. Lolly also suggests they can plan multiple things simultaneously to counter Gellert's precognition. Newt presents the group with gifts from Albus, including a wand given to Jacob despite him being a muggle. They then arrive in Berlin. Kama gets off the train first, then followed by Bunty, who also carries Newt's suitcase. Meanwhile, Newt, Theseus, Lolly, and Jacob attend the tea ceremony at the German Ministry of Magic, hosted by Vogel, the current supreme head of the International Confederation of Wizards and the German Minister of Magic. Newt delivers a message for him from Albus, saying choose what is right, not what is easy. Vogel delivers a speech, reminding every attendee that they will elect the new supreme head of the International Confederation of Wizards in 2 days. The candidates are Lu Dao and Vicencia Santos. He also says that the council has absolved Grindelwald of its crimes because of insufficient evidence. The crowd murmurs disagreement. Newt and Theseus notice Gellert's minions among the crowd and try to attack them, but they fail and Theseus is subdued. Newt, Lolly, and Jacob leave. At Hogwarts, Minerva McGonagall informs Albus of what is happening in Berlin while he is having dinner with his brother, Aberforth. Hearing the news, Albus quickly leaves. Meanwhile, Aberforth receives mysterious messages in the mirror. On the other hand, Grindelwald is sure Credence can complete the task of killing Albus and prepare to leave with his minions. Albus secretly meets Newt and his friends, informing them that Theseus has been taken to the prison of Erkstag. Newt heads there to retrieve his brother, while Jacob and Lolly are tasked to attend a dinner which Gellert will also attend. Somewhere else, Bunty orders Newt's suitcase to be replicated into 6 exact copies. Meanwhile, Kama visits Gellert's place, telling him that he is an admirer. Gellert and his minions recognize him as the brother of Letta Lestrange whom they killed some time ago. Gellert relieves him of his pain by erasing his memories about Letta, then invites him inside to talk more about Dumbledore. Credence stalks Albus in the streets, but the latter has anticipated it. Albus notices a phoenix, but Credence assures him that the phoenix, usually following someone who is dying, is following him, not Albus. Their fight does not last long as Credence is quickly overpowered. Albus helps him in the end, telling him that he is sorry that the Dumbledore family abandoned him. Meanwhile, Gellert has a massive crowd waiting for him outside the Ministry of Magic, where he receives a vision of Jacob attacking him at the dinner. Vogel, seeing the massive public support for Gellert, decides to make him the 3rd candidate for Supreme Head of ICW. In Erkstag, Newt has to give up his wand and pets to be let in by the prison guard. He notices the prison is full of scorpions, which he confuses by mimicking their surprised state. He soon learns that a big scorpion resides at the bottom of the prison and consumes the prisoners one by one. After freeing Theseus, they crawl their way out of the prison and quickly head for Hogwarts. Meanwhile, during the dinner, Jacob observes Gellert entering the venue with Queenie and tries to call her but to no avail. When Lolly leaves him for a moment, he is triggered to threaten Gellert and uses the wand Albus gave him, just like Gellert foresaw earlier. Lolly foils the assassination attempt and quickly teleports Jacob and herself away. They regroup with Newt and Theseus in Hogwarts. There, Albus explains to them that the ICW Supreme Head election will take place in Bhutan, an Asian kingdom that is also the source of much magic. The election used to involve Qilin as part of its ritual, as Qilin can sense if a person truly has a pure heart and is capable of leading. It will bow to the chosen person, then he will be elected as the Supreme Head. Meanwhile, Newt notices a mysterious message in the mirror, "I want to come home." He delivers the message to Albus, who has just conversed with Aberforth. Albus tells Newt that Credence has been sending those messages and that he is actually Aberforth's biological child. Gellert uses necromancy to revive the Qilin carcass. It comes back alive, then Gellert sees a vision of its twin. He scolds Credence for not realizing there was another Qilin and demands it be found. The twin is safely hidden in Newt's suitcase, which they plan to take to Bhutan for the ICW meeting. To confuse Gellert's minions and to prevent them from getting the Qilin, each of them picks a copy of the suitcase that Bunty has prepared, then teleports one by one to Bhutan. Newt and his friends wander around Bhutan carrying identical suitcases. Dumbledore calms frantic Jacob, telling him that the Qilin is not in his chosen suitcase. Lolly and Theseus battle a group of wizards who chase them, but are overpowered in the end. Fortunately, their suitcases are also decoys. Meanwhile, Newt's suitcase is taken by Henrietta, Vogel's secretary, who turns out to be one of Gellert's minions as well. Lolly and Theseus encounter Kama, which apparently wants to attack them, but Kama turns around and attacks Gellert's men instead, then join Lolly and Theseus. Queenie encounters Jacob and tells him she has renounced him, but Jacob calms her down. Henrietta burns Newt's suitcase before giving it back to him. The revived Qilin bows to Gellert, effectively making him the Supreme Head. He quickly announces war with the Muggles and tortures Jacob. Santos helps relieve Jacob's pain, whereas Queenie sobs beside him. Credence stands in Gellert's way, exposing the truth to the crowd that the Qilin was dead and then revived so Gellert could manipulate it to choose him. Bunty, who carries the real suitcase containing the Qilin, hands it to Newt and lets him present the real Qilin. The crowd then demands re-election. The Qilin slowly walks to Albus and finally bows before him, but he could not take the responsibility and encourages it to find someone equally worthy. It then bows before Santos, making her the new Supreme Head. Gellert attacks Credence, to which Albus and Aberforth defend. The clashing spells of Albus and Gellert cause the blood pact to be broken, and now Gellert and Albus can finally face each other. After a brief fight, Albus decides not to do anything to him and ends the fight, but other wizards attack Gellert. Realizing he has nowhere to go, Gellert disappears into thin air. Theseus tells Albus he needs to find and defeat Gellert. Meanwhile, Aberforth finally embraces Credence as his son and takes him home. Jacob and Queenie are married in the bakery, with Newt serving as the best man. Most of the group attends the wedding, even Tina, Newt's love interest, who is currently busy as the head of Makusa Auror office. He then notices Albus sitting across the street, thanking him for his help, then disappears into the night. Afterward, Newt goes back inside the bakery. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.